Right, this is quite exciting for me. It's not actually the first time on the tiller. First time I pulled it reasonably hard, but I could feel a lot of creaking and groaning, so I've added extra screws here, and I think that a flange head screw gives more clamping pressure than a countersink. The countersunk screws look nicer and they give you a flush finish, but of course a lot of the force is the countersink head is wedging out into the wood rather than clamping. I've also tightened the string a bit. I've spot calibrated the door. That's where the string should be coming back to, which does look rather a long way. Anyhow, let's hang a scale on it and pull. So I sort of spot calibrated it from where the brush rest would be. There we are, so we'd probably be pulling about there. It's good to pull it from the right place. Let's try and keep out of camera shot. Bit of creaking, but not too bad. Creak, creak. And it's canted on the tiller because of course the pistol grip is quite a bit below the centre of the bow. And this 40 pound yeah, it's quite interesting. Pull it a bit harder, and the tiller's not right, but I'm not quite sure what's wrong with it. Lower limb looks a bit stiff. Well, we're almost up to the full draw. And that was £50. Probably more by luck than judgment. And you'll notice the tips are stupidly wide, but I've just left them full width because that will give me room to, narrow them, maybe stiffen them at the belly, might even add extra ribs here to help catch the string. Oh, that's an interesting point. You can see how it's not the best piece of wood. Look, a couple of knots there with tiny little cracks. And if you look at, you can just make out the central pith from a relatively small diameter log. Now the point is, these aren't proper final designed manufactured limbs using the best materials I've got. This was an old flight bow that I've just reworked, so it may still go bang. In fact, we've even got a patch on this limb. Can you see that scallop out of it there? So this is all experimental, hopefully leading towards a nice flight bow at the end of it. And of course, yes, I got to full draw weight there almost, but it wasn't braced. So I need to get that, get the tiller right, then I can move on towards brace. I'm not quite sure what the right tiller will look like, but we're getting there. Do leave comments because it makes all this worthwhile. And I think certainly the flange head screws are better than the countersunk. I mean, they do dig into the ply a little bit, but that seemed to stand up